Nada nu vem du så, tudo nu vem du nos nu. Vida är med continuação, nos nu äkta nossa vida. Amen.
Mic check, 1, 2.
What's
up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all?
Basically, I've been doing hip hop. I mean, since birth. You know, I had a cousin who, as a toddler, was playing me. G-Rap, Kane, Kairos, that story. I've been writing rhymes since I was 7. I wrote my first rhyme when I was 7. And I took it seriously, I'd say when I was about 16 or 17, when I had a friend who used to always try to get me to rap. He committed suicide. And when he died, one of the last conversations we had was like, you should really do this. Because I just write and I, rap to him like, this is, check this out, we bored or whatever. And he'd be like, yo, that's really good. You should really do something with that. So after he passed, I kind of made it a point to take it a little bit seriously. And from that point, it took a life of his own.
One time in the air for your dreams and 2 times for everything in between. And that's everything that you need. I put my hands to it and do it cause I believe. Go!
Make some noise, people. Y'all ready to have a good time?
Hey.
My man Armand.
Yeah.
You ready?
This is Kairos.com. Hey, 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 hey. I put my hands to it and do it cause I believe. Hey, I put my hands to it and do it cause I believe. 1 time in the air for your dreams and 2 times for everything in between. That's everything that you need. I put my hands to it and do it cause I believe. Hey, are you sleeping or are you dreaming? Hey, are you sleeping or are you dreaming? Hey, are you sleeping or are you dreaming? Hey, are you sleeping or are you check?
Japan. That was a crazy, I still say to this day, that was the craziest time of my life. You go from, I was basically a child when I joined the military. I mean, just in my thinking, I think I was 19 or 20. I was a kid. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything other than what was right in front of me. And life just spiraled out of control back to back to back to back. Dealing with deaths in the family. My parents got divorced. I found out I was going to be a father. Being in a new environment, being in Japan, being in a totally different continent, not being around your family, especially during a time like that where you kind of need the structure and the comfort of your family and support of your family. Then not being there, I kind of had to, tough it out, and I couldn't tough it out. I couldn't do it. I reached the end of my rope. I said, this ain't for me. I can't do this. So, during that time, my sister was like my best friend. She had given her life to the Lord about a year or so prior, and she had just kind of been witnessing to me and encouraging me over the phone. God had really been speaking to her about me, just about some of the things that He wanted to do through me and use me for, and why things were happening that way. So I remember, I worked at the hospital, and the hospital was across the street from the dorm. So I used to just go home and just go to my dorm, and, get a Hot Pocket or something like that. And I'm back there for lunch, and I called my sister and I was like, I can't do this anymore. What should I do? She was like, if you're really serious about this, let's do this. Are you ready to accept Christ as your Savior? So I said, yeah. We prayed, and that was it. That changed well, it changed, but it didn't change, because it's like, when you walk outside those doors, nothing changes. The grass isn't greener, the sky isn't bluer. I'm still dealing with all this stuff. It's just now that I've accepted this God person thingy that I have no idea what I've just done, because nobody really knows what they're getting into when they give their life to the Lord. So, again, like I said, I was dealing with depression, suicide, thoughts of insecurity, and all types of things.
Shit, make some noise, Columbus! Hey! I want to welcome y'all to the Polar ENT Showcase. I go by the name of Armand, 1/6 of the Triangle Effect, Invisible Gorilla, 1/2 o'clock radio speakers. I'm even playing a church in the city the way Columbus. And for the next few minutes, if I can, I just want to invite you guys to wake up. Wake up to your perception, wake up to what's around you, wake up to your ideas of what you perceive God to be. And I want to present to you a concept called Kairos. Because every day, God presents us an opportunity to change our lives, we miss it. Even right now as we speak, you have an opportunity to change your life. And hopefully by the time I step off that stage, you make the decision to make that change, you feel me? And all it takes is a yes. And DJ O Sharp, if you can help me, all it takes is an effort. Hey, hands up, hands up, hands up, hey, hey, blood of a slave, heart of an architect, arms raised, aiming who I'ma target next. My fans for the answer, they said you are the best. They sleeping on me, I see the one who offers rest. What could you offer the best? The one who can alter the scars on your chest. Skyscrapers dance by me, Sid Vicious. Talk to him who makes Basquiat from stick figures. Brush the dirt off and paint a sick picture. It's so easy to twist scripture to fit systems. They manipulate the Bible, it's alluring. We demonstrate the Bible and it's corny. It's boring, but nothing's more exciting than sitting under the presence of your highness. Hey, knowing that he can never lie, and our enemies gotta take a dive cause the fight is real. Over my heart I pledge allegiance. Left hand holding my weapon ready to lead them. Army to the front and the back, we the legion. Invisible gorillas and I'm feeling like I'm Caesar. I pour out till it's empty. I pour out till it's empty. I pour out till it's empty and look to the hills to fulfill me. Any glory for my story? Not to us. Living in a world that'll tell you if you're modest you'll get swallowed up. A world that'll tell you to stay alone and bottle up. The answer to your cancer is when you bottoms up. In all honesty, they hollering a lot of fluff. No leaders, so we following the followers who followed in the footsteps of crooks and dream killers. Hollering Nirvana but never reaped the team spirit. Their team fears it, our team loves it. Parked at 106 to attend the team summit. We see the Lord is sort of a last resort. Never is he an option. They don't see no problems and everything is popping. Yo, but never put faith in a balloon, it'll ruin you. Made you in many rooms, but what hurts more is when they're only concerned with how they furnish yours. Over my heart I pledge allegiance. Left hand holding my weapon ready to lead. Army to the front and the back, we the legion. Invisible gorillas and I'm feeling like I'm Caesar. I pour out till it's empty. I pour out till it's empty. I pour out till it's empty and look to the hills to fulfill me, you feel me?
Yeah, so I was dealing with, suicidal thoughts, all that crazy stuff, and I stopped rapping, and I stopped rapping for like 2 or 3 years, man, and no, not 2, like 2 years. I stopped rapping for like 2 years, and during that time, the Lord really decided to show me why He desired for me to rap and what He wanted to do with that. And that's when I was first introduced to Christian hip hop or gospel rap or something like that. And I was like, if this is what I'm gonna keep it 100. If this is what I have to rap like, I don't want to do it. Like, I would hear songs here and there, like, okay, that's cool. But I'm a rap snob, so I don't want to sacrifice the integrity of the music just because it has a positive message and glorifies God. Like, you can be a whack preacher with the intent to, praise God, and you still just be a whack preacher, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the music wasn't really. I was like, do I have to do that?
Right.
And God was like, no, you don't. And fast forward to all the projects, Dreaming Out Loud, Snooze Button 2, Nina Mosley Experience, Havlin Savage Theory, 3-Day Weekend, even to now Catch Up to Kairos, and what's about to happen next year. God has really allowed me to kind of pave my own lane. and do really what he's placed inside of me to do. Nobody chooses to do. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what? I want to do gospel rap. I think the thing about labels is like people label you so they can feel comfortable with comfortable on how to handle you. Like, oh, okay, he's a gospel artist, so that means I need to listen to it like this, and I need to disposition it as such. It's no different between Jay and Big being influenced by drugs and seeing the things that they saw, so they in turn rapped about it. I was influenced by the gospel, and I was influenced by what I see and what I go through and what my friends go through and the reality of it. And that's my conviction. So if it's Christian rap, call it that. If it's just good hip hop, call it that. I honestly could care less. As long as you listen to it and you enjoy it and you get something out of it, do what you want to do with it. So I mean, it's not, it's what it is, really. Well, Rawls A&R is a really good friend of mine, one of my big brothers and OGs, which is DJ O Sharp. And O and I met a few years ago at an open mic, and ever since then it's just been all love. He did my mixtape Catch Up 2 for me, cut it, scratched it, blended, put it all together. He helped consult for my album Kairos. So I've known him for a really long time. So, it was only natural that our working relationship and our friendship kind of crossed over not only into my world but into his, and everything that he does with Rawls for Polar. So when Rawls was looking for artists that live in Ohio to be a part of the showcase, he picked me. So, I'm honored, privileged. It's cool. Of course everybody has the Rawls story, like, yeah, I grew up on Brown Skin Lady, and that, a lot of us did. So it's really cool that, the people who are respected, the heads, the pioneers, kind of pass you the torch and say, you're the next guy. We believe in you. We support what you're doing. I'm an advocate of putting your head down and working and not really worrying about who's your audience and what your target and where you're gonna go. I just kind of put my head down and do what I know how to do. And when I look up, people are there championing me, saying that, we support you. We want to be a part of what it is that you're doing. So I'm honored, man, without question.
Check. When I say this is, y'all say Kairos. This is Kairos. This is Kairos. When I say this is, y'all say Kairos. This is Kairos. This is Kairos. This is Kairos.com. You can purchase my album. Follow me on Twitter, not Facebook. I never did. All that good stuff, man. I thank y'all for your time.
So the thing I love about Columbus is that it's wide open to that. I don't have to go to an open mic and sit under 60 other artists, even though everybody out here does something. I don't want to say it's easy to get in, but if you're talented, somebody here will give you a shot. And I'm proof of that. Serious Ed, JG, Wally, like those three guys always gave me opportunities from O Sharp, J Rawls, Pulse Radio. It's always just been, you're talented, let's see what you got. It's never been politics, it's never been all that other extra stuff. It's always, at the end of the day, it always starts with the talent. So Columbus just has, there's so many great artists here. God, your Renee Dion's, your Ella Stars, your Copyrights, your J Rawls, your King Vaders, your Yavises, your Cambinos, your Priests. There's just so many people here that all do something different and do it well. To where, I said it on Twitter a while back, but just even outside of Columbus, going to Akron with Swoop and going to Cleveland with Part in the Movement, all those guys out there, like, I'll put Ohio up against anybody. Just as far as their talent, I'll put Ohio up against anybody. And if we lose per se, we're still making our mark in that fight. Like bar none. There's just so much talent. Like you can go to an open mic here and everybody would be dope. Everybody would be dope. You know, sometimes you gotta sit through your struggle. You're alright, your children's church, good job, babies. But you can go to an open mic here and everybody would be dope. And you know, your exec gangs, you know, your Trek Manifest and Supernat, and like all, there's just so much talent here. The DJs here, they play local music, they support, they hang out with each other, there's just so much opportunity here to do whatever you want, man. So it's like, once you realize that, the ball's in your hands, man. You can do whatever you want. You can rule the world from here, from Columbus. You don't have to go to LA, you don't have to go to New York. I get email, you get amass an email and send an email to a DJ in New York. I have a relationship with somebody through Skype or GChat or whatever. I just sent CDs to Australia last week. I just sent CDs to the United Kingdom. People who bought my album, not just on a whim, hey, listen to Kairos. People who found me on the internet and said, I like your music, and paid for it, and I sent it out there from Columbus. So it's really all about your perception, man. It really is. Columbus and Ohio, period. Like, you can do anything from here. If you really want to, it's whatever. Sky's the limit here.